I am still trying to figure out how in the world does any... This town of Happy is so messed up. Makes absolutely no sense. This is my quick review for Too Close to Home, Season 1, Episode 7. In my sister's shoes. And you'll understand why in about like 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Now, the episode starts off with Brody, who I don't know how he's related to JB, because they're like water and oil, night and day. Completely different. Brody's father's inside of Victor. I know that sounds weird, but he's inside of Victor because of the fact that, you know, he's like the walrus. Gotta pump the walrus. And, you know, Brody, he's not letting go. He's not letting go. Brody's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? The sheriff comes through, so it's like, Sheriff, I need your help. He's still pumping the walrus. It's like, I feel it. I got that sucker. Now, he goes, and he's just like, aha! It lives! I'm like, wait, what? I understand the metaphor, but let them go and just tell it to us just in case. The paramedics, they come in, it's just like, he's still alive. He's breathing. And it's just like, oh my god. Your father there, he's a doctor, right? It's like, yeah. Yeah, he saved this man's life. Because his walrus, his lung almost collapsed. And, well, his lung actually did collapse. And so the father was able to go and resuscitate it. He had to do it manually, just like how, you know, you see people do that at someone's heart. He did it with the lung. And by doing so, airflow began. And Victor's still alive. Brody's like, wait, my father did something right? So he goes down to his father, and his father's again like, JB! Damn you, JB! He's like, no, I'm Brody. He's like, oh, well, the goat did it. It's like, the goat did what? Because JB says, Brody was saying how you have to clean me up, because your hands are messy. It's just like, oh, it was the goat. I'm thinking, the goat? Curry goat? Like, that's the only goat I know. That's the only goat I know. So, they decide that they need to leave. The paramedics get a call because a guy got his foot chopped off. Actually, I think it was his leg. Not only his foot, his leg. His leg got chopped off. I'm thinking, what type of place is this? So they're gonna go and leave Victor. Brody's wondering, like, that's suicide. You guys are leaving him to die. This place isn't sterile. He'll get an infection and he'll die. That's what will happen. It's like, don't worry, we left you medication for him. He'll be good. I'm sure if he had health insurance, you would be singing a different tune now, wouldn't you? Shelby's next episode. That's why she came to mind. Bonnie is talking to Annie, and Bonnie's letting Annie know, you know, what's been going on, aside from the fact that she misses her, how a lot has changed since you left. Mama, Brody's a different type of guy. And, you know, Bonnie was just doing this to try and fish to see if Annie was still interested in Brody. Annie was saying, you know, I just wanted to see how he is. Is he doing well? It's just like, well, he's a lot bigger. He's not the skinny little kid you were dating. It's just like, oh, okay. But is he happy? It's just like, he's good overall, you know, as well as to be expected. It's just like, good, I'm happy for him. It's like, do you want to go and see him? It's like, no, I don't want to pursue anything with him. I just wanted to make sure that everything was good. I'm thinking, Annabelle, we don't believe you. Annabelle, Annie, we do not believe you. But Bonnie has a surprise for her, and it's her shoes. This is like saying how, you know, I respect the fact that you leave. So it's like, I don't care. I love you regardless. You left us. It is what it is. You kept in contact with me. I knew what was going on with you the whole time. You had to get out of here, and I want you to get out of here. I'm thinking, Bonnie, I respect and love you so much, but you are coddling her too much. You're allowing her to go and say that it's okay that she decided to go and dump her daughter off and not assist you guys all of these years. It's not okay. If I'm the only one that's going to say it, that's fine. But it's not okay what she did. Not okay at all. But, Annie was saying how, you know, she's going to go, she's going to help out, she's going to contribute. She'll get a job. I'm thinking, yeah, you'll get a job. You're not going to go here and just eat up their food, drink their drink, and leash on them for any longer. Now, Annie's friends, DC friends, they come through, and, you know, they're just like, is Anna here? Anna. It's like, is Anna here? come inside. Okay, but where's the door? It's like, this door's locked. The other side, the back side. So it's like, the back, but where's that? I'm thinking, you guys aren't street smart, are you? You don't have common sense, do you? So they go inside, and I'm thinking, while they're having this conversation with Annie's mom, I'm wondering, how are they withstanding the smell? They must be so pissed off and irritated that the smell, they can't smell anything. That's the only way. The only way. So the conversation goes like this. Where's Annie? Who? Where's Annie? I mean Anna. Who? Annie? So it's like, that's her mom. They didn't know that at the time, but that's her mom. So of course she's going to refer to her as something different. Valerie was just being her usual self and just antagonizing and making the whole situation worse. Valerie irritated me because she was just like, look, are you going to tell us what we want to know or not? I'm thinking, who? Little girl? She was like, you little prissy. Where are your manners? And she was right. For someone who doesn't have manners himself to tell you where are yours, that speaks volumes. Dax is just trying to, get information on where Annie is. It's like, was the guy with her? So it's like, what guy? Because originally the mom was playing dumb. The mom, regardless of how she feels about her daughter, has her daughter's back. I will say that. She has a messed up way of showing it, but the conversation goes nowhere because once Dax brings up the fact that Victor's his boyfriend, the mom's just like, oh, you're one of those. I forgot what she called him, but it was just like, you're one of those. And I'm thinking, yeah, he's one of those. Okay. And you're talking to a black woman there. She's one of those too. She's not gay, but she's black. It's weird. It almost seems like they're more okay with your race than your sexuality, which I find very interesting. At least how this show is trying to portray it. I'm sure they're thinking in their mind, but maybe because it's like nowadays things are different and they're just like, we don't want that type of trouble, so we're gonna leave the black people alone. We're gonna allow them to talk greasy and whatever to us, but aside from that, we'll let the gays and lesbians, nah, they're fair game. So she calls up Annie, and it's like, look, your friends were here. Your friends were here. Your friends were here. Your friends were here. I don't know why. I don't know what they're looking for you. I don't know what you did, girl, but you need to watch out. It's just like, don't worry, mama, I'm good. It's just like, oh, they're my friends, I'm good. So they go, and she talks to them, and she talks about the fact that, Victor, yeah, he was supposed to come here, but he never did. I was like, oh, gosh, I told him not to go to that place. It was like, there's this bar. It's like, what bar? It's like, there's a bar that right by his hotel, and I told him not to go. It's like, you're going to take us. I'm thinking, who are you talking to? She actually doesn't owe you anything. You need to get over yourselves. That's the real problem with you, guys. We're back at Brody's house, and at this time, Brody, of course, he calls up Bonnie. Bonnie's on her way. Bonnie goes, and Brody tries to embrace Bonnie, and Bonnie's just like, Annie's back. And the whole conversation was to see if Brody still had feelings for Annie. And at that point, he had that wandering look of, oh, okay, but why would you go and bring that up? Brody, you're not dumb. You know why she brought it up. She brought it up because of the fact that she wants to see if you still have feelings for her sister, because if you do, then there's no point in trying to pursue you. Now, Annie goes and takes them to the bar, and she knows the bar owners. They're counting money in public. I'm thinking, Lord, what type of drugs or whatever illegal stuff they do, because there's something really sketchy about this couple. Really sketchy. They show them Victor's face, and they're still trying to pretend like, oh, have no idea. Valerie's just like, look, you're going to tell us. We know you're lying. You're going to tell us what we want to know. We're going to tell us what we want to know. It's just saying, why is Dax so upset? He seems really upset. It's like, that's because that's his boyfriend. I'm black. And all this, and Valerie, I was like, Valerie, you better be thankful these aren't the outwardly 100% bigoted people that you're dealing with, because they will have mollywopped your butt, and I wouldn't have been mad at them because you were talking greasy to them. Super greasy. Anyway, and he was just letting me know, you know what? Here's how this is going to go. if you don't tell us what we need to know, I'm here. So if you don't want that exposed, because they have connections with the FBI. They're from DC. This is the real deal. Tell us what we need to know so that we don't have them come here and say that this was a hate crime and it'll just blow up your whole business and you'll be arrested, you'll be incarcerated. So they're just like, okay, we get it. He was here, you know, and your sister, Bonnie, no, of course not. We love her. She's a saint of the town. Shelby was dancing with him, charging up his card, getting drinks, and then, you know, he was pinching people on the butt and showing who he was. That's how we're gonna phrase it. And then he happened to get beat up outside, but we weren't outside to see it. We weren't outside to see it. We don't know who did it. We don't know what happened. That's our story. That we're sticking to it. And this is like the sheriff. You know, you need to go and talk to the sheriff because, of course, the sheriff went and handled it. Very logical, obviously. Where would you actually go next if you had a situation like... Idiots. Anyway, Bonnie goes into the room because Victor's coming to, and Victor's just like, what happened? So she's just like, so what happened? Were you in a car accident? Were you this or that? He says, no. It wasn't a car accident. 4 guys beat me up, or 3 guys beat me up. And they did it because of who I am. And I was just like, what? It's just like, because I was flirting with the dudes and all that. Victor's finally awakened, as I said. Whoa. Poor Bonnie. She has to deal with Brody's father calling her. It was like, shut up, B. It was like, shut up, B. I'm like, dang. It wasn't supposed to be funny, but it was funny. Victor was laughing, and she's like, why are you laughing? You know, you look at the situation you're in. He's saying how no, I need to laugh because that's the only time I don't feel the pain. And it's just like, you know, we're in happy, right? And, you know, I'm trying to be happy. This situation isn't great. I'm surrounded by, you know, a bunch of deplorables, but except for you. But this is all I can do. I mean, they even cut me in my happy spot. I guess his happy spot, his happy place being his body, his temple, as you will. So he's over it. But she's like, I need to get some painkillers. Can you help me out with the pain? So it's like, I got you. And again, Brody's father comes around and it's just looking at him like, really, dude? Really? You really expect that guy? He worked on me. He saved me. Okay, if you say so. Now she's giving Annie a call because of the fact that he remembers he was supposed to meet up with Annie. That's how Bonnie finds out that he's Annie's friend and all that. Annie goes to the sheriff's department, and the young man who was there, he eats well. We'll leave it at that. The sheriff goes and talks to Annie. He's just like, oh, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? You little harlot, but you know. And it's just like, oh, how you doing? And they use the general chit chat. Long story short, he's told her, you need to go. You need to go to Brody's house. That's where your friend's currently being held. And yeah, he kind of got beat up. So there is that. You're sorry about that. Even though it wasn't my fault. Brody comes and he just spends a little bit of time with Victor, and the whole time Victor's flirting with him. Victor's just like, oh my gosh, did I die and go to heaven? It's just like, look at you. It's like, oh, you're so beautiful and all this stuff. You know, Brody has a very chilled, relaxed type of personality, so he just accepts. Just like, okay, cool, thanks. You know, and it's funny because you would think that Brody would at least be like, or even try to get him to stop, but he just let him talk. I don't know if Brody thought that maybe it was partially the painkillers, or if his mentality is just like, you know what, it is what it is. I love people, so that's the type of mentality I'm going to go and rock with. Whatever it is, shout out to Brody for that. But Victor, he was going kind of in. I mean, every other sentence, it was about Brody's looks and how much he admired him as far as in the sexual manner and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, you know, And here's the reality. I wonder what it would be if it was the shoe was on the other foot and this was a woman beat up by other women for sexually, making them feel uncomfortable. Because I understand you have liberty of speech and all that, but you can't be putting your hands on people. And there is a point where you can be a little too flirtatious. If someone clearly is just like, I am not gay, then that's the point when you say to yourself, okay, cool. Then we can be cool, casual stuff here and there. But Victor's going full on in. And, I know a couple of gay people, and because my personality isn't just like, oh, no, you can't say this or say that to me, or you can't do this or do that around me. I'm just like, okay, cool. All right, thanks. I appreciate compliments, so I'm not gonna go and turn one down and be like, oh, because of the source. No. But Victor, he does need to watch out, because Victor is on that dangerous, slippery slope of being overly flirtatious, and it's not warranted sometimes. It's like the person's just there, and you're really... A lot of people would feel uncomfortable, and because the only reason why I spent that much time even talking about that whole thing is because of the fact that they drew that scene out for what, a good 5 minutes. I'm thinking this is not necessary. Again with the drawing out of the scenes, but shout out to Tyler Perry for... Oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe if I didn't say that already. Shout out to Tyler Perry for actually having the new episode of If Loving You Is Wrong on tonight. Even though the presidential debate's going to be on. Well, the vice president. That's why. Okay, never mind. Brody goes and talks with Bonnie. And, Brody's just letting Bonnie know, I like you for you. I don't care about Anna. Anna shows up, and she's outside. She's knocking on the door. No one's answering. So she goes and she looks around. And she sees Bonnie and Brody having sex. This episode, it wasn't a filler episode, but it was definitely a builder episode. Building to something grand. Next week is going to be good. Oh, hell's going to break loose. I can't wait to watch.